So, hi, I'm Niedra, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the dangers of perfection and some aspects of our culture today that are very interesting because we're bombarded with what we need to look like, what we need to sound like, how brilliant and fantastic people are, and that we're not at that level. And when we compare ourselves, we pull our energy back and we stop being who we are. And it's kind of this destructive loop of actually tapping into the outside world to measure you, when the only place you're alive and you're well and you have something to offer and gift and share, which is timeless, is from inside out in the unique, wild, crazy way that will come out of you, which can't really be measured. And I'll bring that back to GMO foods and genetically modified foods that are now being developed. I just got back from Costa Rica and hosting a retreat there at an eco lodge, Finca Luna Nueva Lodge near Lake Arenal, best place in the universe. And we were taken on a tour of the farm because it's a permaculture farm, and learned a lot about their seed banks, saving seeds, bringing back the rainforest, and among other things, talking about genetically modified foods and the weakness in them, which I found very fascinating. The weakness of genetically modified foods is their clone food that is, of course, being created as a solution to mass production of food. We have billions of people on this planet now, and to keep up with this need to provide food for humanity, this is one of the solutions humanity has reached for. Well, they're identical DNA or almost identical DNA cloned organisms that are replicated. And what is a problem there is it's actually very weak, because one type of unexpected bacteria can wipe them out very, very fast. Unlike nature, which has a much more complex variable in how plants grow and are created and interrelate. So the more complex the organism, the more indestructible it is, and the more unique it is in how it contributes to the synergy of life in general. So in nature, we have multiplications of varieties co-mingling and coexisting together. The rainforest being a massive example of that, where a tree can have over 70 symbiotically growing plants on it, all at the same time, all life living off of life. So now we come back to this clone, genetically modified food that can actually be destroyed very quickly with one type of bacteria, an unexpected bacteria that's some kind of destructive element that would be man-made, that was not created for it. So this oversimplification and trying to follow a formula is supposedly a wise idea, but it actually has this weakness in it that it doesn't really work. And that comes back to the repression that we are always throwing on ourselves, where we're trying to live according to a formula and be and express ourselves according to a formula that's setting a standard and a bar that's supposed to be a road to truth, but actually can become a suppressor, where we deny our life force, we deny expressing ourselves, we deny walking out looking the way we look because we think we're not good enough and we need to color our hair, haha, me too, and put makeup on, or get cosmetic surgery, or whatever, do something to be something we are not, straighten our hair, do this, do that. We're always trying to be something we are not, to come to a level of what we think is acceptable. Meanwhile, we've disconnected from who we really are. We disconnect from the spontaneity, brilliance, and life force that's always, always, always flowing through us. And when you unblock that, the river flows very, very strong. It's a unique river. It will never be the same river. What you have to offer the world is uniquely you, and you know what? It is the time. You got to get it out. So go for it. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to be anybody else. Go for it.